Hello and welcome to Slice of Celona. I am Greg Yatman. With me, as always, is Ozer Dandamashiolu. The two of us are going to be talking about private 5G. Now, that should not come as a surprise to anyone who's watched Slice of Celona before. However, today we saw AWS announce AWS private 5G. So we're interested. We want to talk about it. And first and foremost, I want to understand from Ozer, what is AWS private 5G? What's it all about, man?
All right, so it's an exciting day for us because we finally have a formidable competitor that shares same technology principles as us in making private 5G accessible to enterprise environments, right? For the longest time, we said, why is this so painful? Why do people have to go to multiple different product vendors and try to stitch a bunch of different product components together to build a private 5G network? From SIM cards to radios to software to management. And AWS private 5G team, as we read today, as we heard today, shares that same idea that it doesn't have to be that complicated. It could be simple and it could be done in a couple of clicks from a management portal, and the infrastructure can be deployed after a quick planning session, and in days and hours, a private 5G network can be established in an enterprise environment. So AWS private 5G is a reflection of that. It's a solution offer. It's a managed service offer. It's not very clear what's inside the solution offer as product components. I think it's still made up of multiple different vendor products. But at least you have AWS team in the middle between those product vendors and the enterprise, delivering this solution as a managed service to that environment. Now, you have to put another star next to it. This is all AWS, right? So AWS is using their on-premises compute resources. They're using compute platforms that might be installed on private data centers, edge clouds, and public cloud. You're using AWS's identity management system to onboard mobile devices to a network. So there's a lot of AWS orange all over this private 5G offer. So it's not the most compatible thing with all the other enterprise IT infrastructures and compute platforms out there. But regardless, given their size, given their technology dominance in a variety of different industries, we really high-fived each other saying, hey, a company like AWS is actually sharing our technology principle and vision for what private 5G could be in the enterprise.
So we've been doing this for 2+ years now, right? A lot of what you just said sounds like what we've said before, which is great. It's validating. It's echoing some of the things that we've said in the marketplace before, which makes me question, are we competing? Is this a direct competitor of ours now?
Yes, they are, in fact, competing with us in environments where enterprises have been taking advantage of AWS resources to build their next generation of applications, right? As I have also highlighted in the blog article that we published today, private 5G for the longest time, and since we have started, it has always been about the application. If you have a critical application, a business critical application that needs to stay up, that needs to stay connected, that needs to have low latency, that needs to take advantage of an interference-free wireless connectivity, that needs to serve the needs of a business because they want to try to automate a bunch of workflows and they want to start working with robotics and they want to buy more mobile devices for their staff members to improve the way they work. A lot of those projects depend on an app developer sitting down and writing on a piece of canvas, a piece of art, and create an application that many people can use. AWS has a very long generation of supporting app developers, right? They have a tendency to create one of the largest communities around app developers. So if you're an enterprise and you have app developers who are taking advantage of AWS resources, now they're essentially saying, hey, use our private 5G wireless option to support those critical applications. For those enterprise environments, we will compete with AWS to argue that a Celona approach could be a better approach. So again, we welcome the competition. As I called it in the blog, it's like, we're okay with going to the same party with AWS and compete with in a couple of karaoke songs or two, right? So it should be a lot of fun, but hopefully that gives you additional context.
It does. And going back to what I mentioned before about hearing some familiar buzzwords and comments about how it's going to work from the AWS side. Now I got to ask the question of what's the key differentiators? I mean, where in that karaoke party do you hear us in a different key? And where are we singing the different notes and hopefully doing it better? All right, so let's dig into how is Celona differentiated from the AWS offering as we know it today.
Yeah, while both organizations, I think, realize that apps are the heroes of the private 5G story, while both organizations agree that simplicity is an essential ingredient in making private 5G accessible in the enterprise, we have taken one step further in being enterprise IT and industrial IoT friendly. These enterprise environments are going to evolve for the many years ahead. Cloud compute, edge compute is going to change the way enterprise networks look in many years to come. But before that, there's an existing network, there are existing policy infrastructure, there's an existing network configuration, there's existing routing and switching policies, and you need a unified single network operating system that ties your SIM provisioning to cloud management, to mobile core software, to network integration, to radio access network across all these 5G access points. Our differentiation starts with that unified network operating system and how tightly we can integrate with an existing network. So the idea of managing the network from AWS cloud resources calls for simplicity, but it does not call for too much customization, if you will. And the idea of charging per data used on a local private network, I don't think that it's going to sit well with some of the enterprises who regard the data that's sitting on their local network as their data. So I think we're going to differentiate ourselves in how tightly we can integrate with an enterprise network, given a variety of different configuration changes that they might see out there, and how pricey an AWS solution can get very quickly if it is really dependent on data usage as it's being advertised today. Hope that answers that question as well, Greg.
I think it does. As you mentioned right at the beginning, this was an exciting day for us. Validation of us being in the market, being in the right place at the right time and ahead of the game. We welcome AWS to the private 5G party. It's a good one. We've been here a while and we've been waiting for some other folks to join us to show that this is a market and an opportunity that everybody should get in and take advantage of. So there's more to come. As Ozer mentioned, there is a blog article that will be down in the description below. So make sure you visit that, check it out. There's more information that will be coming out on social media, some of the emails that come out. So pay attention to that. It's coming out. It's an exciting time for us. It's an exciting time for you if you care about private 5G and taking your network to the next level. But until then, come back to Slice of Celona. We always have the best information for you on CBRS, private 5G, and 5G LAN. The list continues. But like, subscribe, share, and reach out to us. We'd love to hear what you think about this new development and where you think we and AWS and the others will be going in the next year, 2 years, anywhere into the future. So until then, take care of yourselves and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.